Greetings and salutations, listeners. Welcome back once again to another episode of Vino Volley. As always, I'm your host, Michael Wall, and with me on this journey is mi hermano, Ryan Rebecki.
Sí, en el Estadio Unidos. Bienvenidos.
And that's it.
Oh, I had the SAP button on.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, sí.
So, Rye, how are we?
I'm well. I am absolutely enthralled and captivated. I've got the fever. Olympic fever.
Oh, okay.
It is every 4 years I watch entirely too much television, and most people focus on the big events, the popular events, right? They're there for gymnastics. They're there for the diving, track and field. Nope. Judo.
Oh, okay.
I fucking love judo. I am 2.5 feet away from my TV, screaming, throw him! Throw him! And the boys are just like, Daddy will be well one day. It'll be fine. I'm just screaming at a TV over people who I have no skin in the game, but I just love something about the athleticism, the tension that comes with judo.
Obviously, you have a wrestling background, so I feel like that's...
Yeah, that's like later in August, though. So judo is usually offset. That holds me over until wrestling starts. So
okay.
And I did watch a little bit of Olympic soccer. I watched the U.S. today.
U.S., I mean, they're into the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
They got a game against Morocco, and, the winner of that...
How bizarre.
Are you going to do, like, the song? Or
No,
just,
like their street like their street festivals.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was a reach, but I tried.
Oh, no. That was a good one.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
went over my head, though.
How have you been?
I've been good. We've been taking in the Olympics as well as, we're usually typically just a TV on weekends, and Bluey has been the mainstay in our household, which I am not complaining.
Oh, yeah.
It's fantastic. And
Sign me up.
Bandit is a father that I aspire to be. But we've decided that, during the week to bring in some more TV, again, the Olympics, the athletics. So Eleanor's been watching some tennis.
Nice.
She's been watching, she loves Simone Biles. Who doesn't? She's fantastic. We were watching some of the highlights.
American hero.
Yeah. I mean, unbelievable athlete. So, yeah, that's been great. Weather's been great. Yeah. I'm trying to think.
I will say the one Olympic sport that...
I've had crippling migraines if we have to put one dampening negative.
You've been in a rough way.
But anyway.
Handball. Yeah.
Is that the one where they can, they just run and just, throw it at the net?
Yeah, you can't shoot within, the perimeter, but you can jump from outside, get yourself closer, and aerially.
I mean, there's
shoot.
A lot of...
I could do that.
Breakdancing is now an Olympic sport.
Yep.
Surfing. Surfing.
We watched a lot of that too. That was it's pretty good.
Far out.
Yeah, mahalo. But yeah. Olympics, being outside. I have no idea what day it is right now. This is the time of the summer as a teacher. I have no concept.
It is a Tuesday.
Of the week, yeah. I don't know what the actual date is.
The 30th.
Oh.
Yeah, we got one more day in July, and then it's August.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, okay. There you go.
Yeah. Ask me again tomorrow.
Okay.
Still won't resonate.
Well, a couple things, big things. Obviously last episode we were celebrating our 1,000th follower.
Yep.
In this episode, we can celebrate our 1,000th download.
Huzzah!
So
we did it. You did it.
We did it. I put the post out there, and it probably wasn't as well seen as I would have liked, but there was a poll associated to it.
Mm-hmm.
Myself, you, and Juan were the only 4 people who voted, and it became a 50-50 split between do we think that we were going to reach 2,000 followers or 2,000 downloads first. So, for all of our listeners out there, if you do have a chance to kind of circle back to that post, there is a poll at the bottom. Please, just vote what you think we will hit. 2,000 followers first or 2,000 downloads. A couple other things, and obviously, as far as news as it pertains to our beloved team, Liverpool are now the only team who have not signed a player yet.
Yep.
Just Patience.
Yeah, I'm not.
Patience. I'm enjoying the preseason. I'm enjoying.
They're stateside right now.
Yep, they're in Pittsburgh right now. They were in Philly.
They're in Philly now.
Philly, so they were in Pittsburgh. They're in Philly now. I'm going to play Arsenal, I think, tomorrow. So I'll be interested to see how the slot tactics and gameplay.
They just signed a very handsome Italian man.
He is quite handsome.
Yeah.
Oh, I know.
I saw it and I was like, oh my. Why am I blushing? That would give young Dominic Szoboszlai a run for his money.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
anyway, so the word on the street from Michael Edwards and Richard Hughes is that Liverpool are actively searching, and they will be bringing players in probably later towards the end of the market. So I think they're just kind of letting the preseason go. They're not going to rush into buying anyone, just like maybe another team in Manchester have, but splashed like $60 million on a young 18-year-old, and he's already injured and out for several months, it looks like. So patience. Yep. I'm okay with it. I'm enjoying seeing the tactical shift in the Arne Slot era. And we'll just be interested to see how they stack up against Arsenal tomorrow.
And then on the Vino front, you and I had an afternoon together.
We did.
We went to local establishment, the Vin Bin, which I've gotten several bottles from.
I'd honestly had no idea what you were talking about, and I was just like going along with it. Yeah. Like, I hope you
had very patient eyes, but I could see that. I could see the wheels were spinning.
What are you talking about?
We checked out a wine place by me that I know I've mentioned on here before, and I think it's the start of a beautiful relationship with us and the Vin Bin of Southborough, Marlborough, and Hopkinton.
Yes, we went to the Hopkinton location.
Yep. Super knowledgeable, super friendly. Price was unbelievable. So hopefully you'll hear more about them in the upcoming episodes.
Yeah, so I think we've got one more bottle earmarked from a previous purchase that will be utilized in next episode, which we'll talk about. But yeah, we picked up 6 and a lot of different bottles that we have never had on the podcast. So social media post will be coming out shortly, kind of like as I do the bowling pin, if you will, of the bottles. And yeah, definitely give a shout out because it was great to kind of just pick their brain. You know, small establishment in the Hopkinton area, but it had a real intimate feel, gave us the ability to just have a good conversation and kind of express what we were looking for the podcast and him to give honest opinion. So yeah, definitely we'll be going back and happy to give him a shout out with all the bottles that they were able to provide us.
Hell yeah.
As we are mentioning the social media, Vino Volley 85 is our Instagram. VinoVolley85@gmail.com is the email address. VinoVolley85 is our X Twitter account.
And what's the website?
What is the website? VinoVolley85.wixsite.com/VinoVolley.
Yeah.
It only took me several months to memorize it.
That was great.
Yeah, so that's...
Stay up to date on the wines, our reviews, look at just absolute thirst trap pictures of us on the website, and then obviously keep in touch with us on Instagram.
we hit the two-year anniversary of the picture that we have on the website because that was taken in Portugal. It was 2 years ago today, I believe. So
damn, time flies.
Yeah, excited to go back and smash some Portuguese wine, but
not port. I'm out. That's
definitely not port. No, we are not port guys.
No, we are
more starboard. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I choked on my own spit there.
We get a doozy today. I'm super excited. I'm excited for every episode. I'm like super jacked for this one.
I think there's gonna be some real reactions to some of my picks here.
Okay.
So, to all our Vino Volleyers out there, it is time to pop those corks, indulge in healthy pour, and dive stud showing into today's episode. So Ryan, hit me with it. What are we going to be drinking today?
Well, I had to ask you several times what we're drinking tonight, and as you were explaining it to me, my eyes rolled into the back of my head because I couldn't keep track of what was going on.
Should I tell you again just so you make sure you have the correct one?
I'm going to say what we're drinking, then you straighten me out one more time. Tonight we're drinking the Silk and Spice, which may sound familiar to some because we did another Silk and Spice That's the main brand, but we're drinking the Silk Route from 2020.
Good job.
Yes.
You got it.
Oh, yeah. The one we did already consume was the
Spice Road.
Spice Road.
We've never done the original just because we like to drink wines on the podcast that we haven't had before, and obviously that's like kind of my go-to for get-togethers, so we've never reviewed it. As I recall, the Spice Road was kind of a letdown as it compares to the original Silk and Spice. So we're hoping that this one kind of rejuvenates our love for the brand, but hit us with it.
All right. It comes in at a wallet-friendly $12.99. Again, Portuguese bottle of wine, always affordable. It tastes like this. Winemaker notes, ruby color with intense aromas of red fruit, white chocolate, and light vanilla. Very well balanced, harmonious, and silky. Easy drinking and perfect for everyday consumption. Love that. Ideal for accompanying snacks, salads, and grilled meat and vegetables. The blend is a 40% Tinto Roriz, 40% Baga, and 20% Merlot. Now, it does have a professional rating on here. I'm not going to read the whole thing. It came from Tasting Panel. One thing that stuck out to me is the first sentence. Between you and me, this is the review. When I see the word smooth red blend on a label, I translate that to mean sweet and manipulated. But that is simply not the case here, as this is a genuinely good red wine with just a touch of sweetness that smooths out any rough edges. So,
while you have the interwebs, can you look up that second grape? It's not one that I'm familiar with.
Sure can. Baga is a red Portuguese wine grape variety planted primarily in the Bairrada DOC. Tannic wines that are highly acidic.
So it's B-A-G-A?
B-A-G-A.
Baga. Okay.
I'm seeing if there is anything, a variety that is grown there, but also something like
as like an equivalent.
Yeah. Similar to a Pinot Noir or a Nebbiolo.
Oh, interesting.
Okay.
So, Pinot Noir, Merlot, and then what was the first grape?
Was
the
Tinto Roriz.
Tinto Roriz. Okay, I like that. So, as we always try and tie the wine to the topic. What? You gotta fucking turn your noise
No, it's on. It's the thing on wine. It's like, do you need help?
Oh, I don't need help. Wine.com. Thank you very much. So as we always try and tie the wine to the topic, and I think that especially Silk and Spice, the Silk Route, silky smooth, as you kind of alluded to. And so we wanted to talk about also the fact that Portuguese wines are a hidden gem. I think usually they're slept on and things that kind of, it's kind of lost when it is in, shelves with other wines. You got like your bold cabs and stuff like that. So how I'm tying this all together is in an instance we're talking about silkiness and things getting lost. We're going to be talking about the lost art of the logo.
Yeah,
because I feel like in today's day and age, certain logos becoming too simplified. Like there's no like panache, there's no bravado with it. It's just it's going to a clean cut lines, simplicity but elegance. And sometimes I just want something that's like bold, it's just like there's a lot going on. Yeah. So I'm going to be talking about the lost art of the logo.
Plus, I think this plays into each of our own personalities and our likes and dislikes.
That is true. So the way that we took this is we decided we were going to pick 3 with an honorable mention for our thoughts on what the best logo is, what the worst logo is. We'll obviously talk about why those were our picks. And maybe there's going to be some shock reactions. We might even have some similar ones. This might be the first time that I don't think we will have a single one in common.
I think we will.
You think so?
I think so, yeah.
Ooh. All right. So
you and I are of a very similar mind, so I think there might be at least one that overlaps.
So before we've done like the worst haircuts, I mean that was we had some overlap there.
That's true.
What was the other one that we had some overlap?
And probably a punchable face here or there.
Yeah. So, we'll see. So, okay, how do you want to do it? Do we want to alternate between best and worst? Do we just want to go through one list and then the other?
Let's alternate. I like when we go back and forth with. We'll get all the best out of the way.
Okay, we'll do all our best. Wait, do you want to do best or worst first?
Let's do best first. I like starting on a positive note.
And then just ending in just pure misery as we dive into the Backpfeifen Gazette.
Yeah, especially as we get at least barrel through a glass or two of wine, like. And then we're just throwing shit against the wall.
All right, well, obviously before we get into it, we shall do our initial taste. I'm thirsty.
I woke up ready to drink wine today. Oh, it's dark. That is dark. Super dark ruby color.
So definitely hit red fruit, just like it says. I'm interested if I'm going to pick up the white chocolate, because I would say
arguably the worst type of chocolate.
Preaching to the choir. So I think if you're going worst to best, it's white chocolate, milk chocolate, dark chocolate would be mine.
Yeah. Wait, which is your least favorite?
White chocolate.
Oh, definitely.
Milk chocolate, then dark chocolate is my favorite.
Yeah. Then you get the semi-sweet.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not doing 100%
cacao.
Just bitter. Cacao.
God damn, that is a good glass of wine.
Oh, yeah. Definitely a nice bounce back from the disappointment of the other iteration, the Spice Road.
It is it's
smooth as
it's just familiar. It's so smooth. There's no bite to it.
No. Dangerously easy drinking.
Yeah. This is one where and we have pretty healthy pours in these cups. This is a 3 or 4 mouthfuls and you're
I've definitely just gasped. Yeah. Just 2 huge gulps. Man, this thing's going down.
This is a wine, I'm telling you right now, folks.
Listeners.
This is all indications. This is one you got to pick up for yourself. Give it a run. This is one that this could be your go-to for events.
For $10, $11, $12, it 100% is one that bats above its weight.
Yeah. And I think this is going to hold up as we proceed through this.
Oh, yeah.
I could be wrong.
So
I could also be Ryan, which I am. I'm juiced up for this episode.
I thought you were saying something so different. I was just easy
I was going through my last little bit of logos today, and I was just it was so... It was sophomore level organic chemistry. It was hard for me to narrow this down to 3 in an honorable mention. In fact, I might have to make some last minute adjustments to my honorable mentions because I have a few that are lengthy. But we'll see. We'll see what strikes me in the moment. But back to the wine. From the first rip.
I taste a lot of raspberry, strawberry, just a lot of red fruit up front. I don't taste white chocolate, which probably is a good thing. I don't I would assume if it was the white chocolate, it's going to have an overly sweet taste to it. It actually finishes a bit dry for me instead of sweet.
Really?
In a good way, not in a...
I can see, now that I know white chocolate is a tasting note, I can see where it comes in as it lingers in the mouth after you swallow. But super smooth.
Yeah.
Very little bite. Right, comes at 13% ABV.
It's great.
So good. Speaking of so good, let's talk about some soccer logos that are so good.
All right. So we're starting with the best logos.
Starting with the best logo.
Do you want to go first?
I want to go first. Because this was one that when we determined that this was the topic of choice.
Yes.
First one that popped into my head. And wouldn't you shit, right? I go to send you a document with the logos in it today. They just changed it for this upcoming season. My number one best logo popped into my head immediately is Napoli. I love the clean N on like the baby bluish background. The circle. I love how it sits on the jersey. I love how it's clean and crisp. The blue color stands out to me. I love it. And then they changed it. They fancied it up. Now it's too much going on. Same general concept, and in a circle. They're messing with the colors. I don't care for it. The traditional Napoli logo, tried and true.
Interesting.
Mike was looking at me the whole time like, you fucking idiot.
Well, you set up, and I'm just like, okay. Whereas I almost thought that we had the same one until you were like, they just changed it up, because the one I picked is of a team that it was their original logo and they've since changed it, and I don't like it.
Okay.
But it's just a blue circle with an... All right. I mean, if that's... We're probably going to be on opposite... If that's
probably.
Like your path, like the clean...
Stuck out to me right away. As like an iconic...
Stick it in the trash.
Quality logo. I think it's like a quality logo.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
All
okay.
Right.
What's your number one?
My number one is the original New England Revolution.
I'm waiting for you to bring. I'm waiting for you to bring a picture up. I know what it looks like, but I want to see a picture.
Well, now I have to, because I don't want to give away my other picks. So give me a.
You didn't bring my picture up either.
Well, I know what the Napoli logo looks like.
It's ridiculous. Oh yeah, that was pretty good.
So this is the reason I picked this, because obviously audio medium, but we will post the pictures. So it's the soccer ball represents the stars, and then so it's an American flag with the soccer ball is the stars, and then it's just like these wavy stripes. I think it's a cool logo. It's what I wish the United States utilized for the national team.
Yeah, that would be cool. Their logo, their badge isn't bad. I don't hate it.
Big market teaser. I just think like this was awesome. And now again, talking about like how the lost art of the logo, like this thing is awesome. Like yeah, I saw a guy who had like a fitted hat with this, and I was just like, dude, where did you get that? Because like you can't find them anymore. Now like the Revs logo is just like it's just letters. It just it's it's just they almost look like the Kansas City Royals or something, like that kind of lettering. And
where they're all stacked up. It's like how like Argentina does a lot of the clubs where they jam 3 letters in there. Yeah,
it's a clean look. I get it. It's just like I like a little bit more like in your face. Yeah. And I think this one is
bring it back.
It's my favorite. It's one I've always loved. I just wish it was a team in a better league than MLS. But I would 100% rep this on like a hat and jersey. So that was my number one pick.
Beautiful. All right, you're going to have to open up my document because I can't remember what I did with my number 2.
All right.
I did do some last-minute tinkering, so.
It's coming. Would you just wait? Oh, dear Lord.
So is Christmas. Yeah, you see the new one?
Yeah, I don't like the new one.
Hate it.
I'll tell you what, the old one, it kind of reminds me of a Captain America shield, so...
Well, the X obviously is not.
But no, I understand that, you idiot. But, like, the blue... So I can get on board with that.
Scroll down.
Jesus Christ.
They're going to be my honorable mention, so you can scroll down.
Okay.
My next one is going to be...
No, never mind.
Okay. My next one, as my number 2, this was not in correct order. I made some last-minute adjustments, was the Senegal national team.
They're my number 3.
Are they really?
Yeah.
See, I told you.
Yeah, damn. Yeah.
It is fucking majestic.
Beautiful. So I actually, I'll let you continue on this. So I actually had Korea's national team logo, because theirs was kind of like a lion and like jumping out. And then I saw this one. I was just like, the colors, like the Senegal flag colors, just like a majestic lion. This is
so good.
Right. Like this is what I want. Like it's elegant, but it's just like badass as well.
Like you've got the colors of the nation. You've got because of the colors, it's an African team. The fucking lion is so well done. Like I would buy a flag of that.
Oh yeah.
And just be like, if someone came over and be like, "Who did you go?" They're like, "No, it's just freaking
just
awesome."
Yeah.
definitely hands down my number 2.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So my number 2, I guess I can bring this over since my number 3 isn't going to be a surprise anymore. So my number 2, I went with Celtic Football Club. I changed it a couple up because I realized I had a lot that were in a circle, and I was like, maybe I'm just like typecasting.
Yeah, it's just how you.
Then I saw, that's how
like
your
what
eye
you like.
catches it. But I like this one, just like the 4-leaf clover. You know, there's a lot going on, like the detail on the clover, the color pattern. Obviously, green speaks to me. But yeah, Celtic I thought was a great pick.
Yeah, quality pick.
Yeah,
good colors with the white, the black, and the green.
So obviously we know my third pick was Senegal. So your third pick?
My third pick. Scroll down a little bit because I got to remember what I put on there. Keep going down. Oh, it was. See, I put all my favorite ones on here.
So is it? Do I need to keep scrolling?
No, it was a tie for my number 3. I'm going to pick one.
Do I need to go up?
No.
You sound super enthusiastic about
because
this.
they were so good. I really had a tough time picking. My third one was the Tiburones Rojos of Deportivo Veracruz. Their logo, and they have 2 different versions of it. It might be an older and a newer. Pretty much has a red shark and a soccer ball. Now, marine science background, friggin' right up my alley. Love the color scheme, and just being like the Red Sharks of Veracruz, really fucking badass. If you could scroll up quickly.
Sure. Well, you still have an honorable mention.
I know, but I already got that one taken care of. That was always locked in.
Okay.
It was between, and these got bumped out, was the Corinthians Paulista of Sao Paulo. Just a quality nautical design with the anchor and the oars, like... I would buy a t-shirt of that in 2 seconds.
If you haven't figured it out already, Ryan 100% has a Salt Life sticker on like any vehicle he drives.
I have one on my Jeep, yeah.
Yeah.
I did. What are you going to do? Yeah. So, but my third pick is Deportivo Veracruz.
And obviously my third pick was Senegal, so what's your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is all of the Portland Timber logos. Scroll up. The MLS team, Portland Timbers, just...
Yeah, but see, like, the 2018 to now, it's like they...
I don't care. Aesthetically pleasing. Each one, like, holds up on his own. I know, like, the axe is the continual thing after the first one. Even the first one's awesome.
First one's great. I like the 2010 one.
Yeah, that's a good one, too. But just, like, the triangle, right, signifying the mountain... The axe with the timber cutting, I love it. All of them, sign me up. Honorable mention, locked it in. There you go. What do you got?
My honorable mention was Vasco da Gama.
That was on my list I pared down.
Just like a beautiful boat on a shield, crisp black and white with like a little bit of red.
Yeah.
I thought this was a sharp one. It kind of went out my comfort zone of the circle. So, it has like so it kind of like, this is what we're talking about. Like, you can have like the interlocking lettering, like they have it on there, but it's accompanied by something bigger, something bolder. Like, it's not the central focus point. They have the CR, they have the VG.
Are they are from Costa Rica?
I have no fucking idea.
I did a little bit. I looked at this. Well, I'm assuming that's what the CR is for.
I would guess.
I could be wrong though, and I don't want to be wrong.
You want to be Ryan.
I want to be Ryan. Vasco da Gama. Oh, they play tomorrow.
Cool. Do they play in Costa Rica?
No, they are Brazilian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they're from Rio. That's my bad.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So yeah, that was mine. I like it, and I think part of it was like really big into Sea of Thieves right now and Pirates. So that was
quality logo. Love it.
That really spoke to me.
It's a great pick.
Now on to the worst.
The worst. Mine are in order for this one.
Oh, okay, that makes things a lot better. All right, so your
first worst pick.
You're gonna hate mine.
Okay.
I mean, like, you're gonna hate that I chose it.
Okay. My number one is Roma. because it's got I believe that it's some form of dire wolf or wolf dog, and then you've got the little baby cherubs suckling on the teats of the wolf dog.
It is one of my picks as well.
Is it really?
Yeah.
See, I told you.
Yeah, because it's just like, not only is it babies suckling on the tit of like some wolf, but like, those are some huge animal tits.
Some big old nipples. And don't get me wrong. It's well established. Ryan Rebecki, boob guy.
Right.
Can't wait to have the conversation with my son when he listens to this. But like,
human boobs, first of all.
Them some big old dog titties.
Yeah. And not for nothing, the color scheme just doesn't do it for me.
No, it's like Duke orange, red. I don't like any of it.
No, and I like went back to be like, I went through all of like the iterations, the years, and like some of them, like, because this is more of like it's not like a, how to describe it?
Good logo?
No, it's definitely not a good logo. But like this one, like, you look at this and it's not like realistic.
Yeah.
Like there's ones where like the wolf like looks like a fucking chupacabra, and it's just like. So yeah, no,
you got these little Italian babies trying to get that titty milk.
I don't know if it was. I don't know. It's definitely. I can't remember where it is on my list, but it is one of my least favorites.
Like I know there's like a historical like relevance. Sorry.
Of course.
To it.
Yeah, no, they weren't just arbitrarily like, hey.
Before we were really populated, it was just you'd be sucking on a wolf titty all the time.
And we didn't have any breast milk, so we milked our dogs, and
it got
us through the dark times.
Those times were quite rough.
I got that one.
Yeah, not good. Hate it. That's my number one pick.
All right, my number one pick for worst logo is the original U.S. men's national team. Here's the other thing.
You're entitled to your own opinion.
Huh?
Okay.
To me, I don't know. Maybe it's just like, I think that they could have done so much better than this. It's just like they're just
100%.
If we're kind of going to keep going with the titties, it's just like they're just putting them on the glass. Like, we're the U.S. and we play soccer, so we're going to put a soccer ball, like, and even now, like, the USA Shield, I don't know, it just, like, part of me is when I look at the New England Revolution, like, that just, like, it has soccer, it's the American flag, like, that is
You could sell the shit out of that on a national level.
If that was the U.S. men's team's logo, and you added a little bit to, like, because, I mean, I think a lot of when it's in the nation, they do say U.S., they'll say France, they'll say Argentina, like, in the logo. If you added it, that logo would be so badass.
Yeah.
This one is just like, I don't know. I just felt like it played to like the level of soccer we played. It was just kind of meh. And that's why, to me, I think if this was another nation's logo, it probably wouldn't have even made my list of worst to kind of put that in perspective. It's just the fact that it's our logo, and I just think we could do
you're familiar with
so much better that, yeah. So that was my number one, was the United States. All right.
That hurts a little bit, but
I told you it would.
I know.
But I had to give my reasoning.
Number 2, the Wycombe Wanderers. Have you not seen this?
I mean, I know like that huge Jack dude plays for Wycombe Wanderers, but it didn't pop up on my list of worst logos.
I mean, it's definitely a conversation piece. You've got a goose, a swan of sorts with a crown tied to a chain around its neck, and then it's got like what can only be described as a chained butt plug. There's the chain coming out the tuchus of it. Now, you might say, isn't that just a continuation?
That's what everybody would say.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
I went on the internet and they said it looks like he's got a chain hanging out of his anus, which I don't know where Wycombe is. Crofty's going to have to call in on this one. Are they a bunch of goose fuckers? I don't know it might be hard winters. I don't know. Sometimes you got to keep warm. Why is the chain coming out of the butt, the cloaca, if you will, of this innocent-looking goose?
It's not. Because that's the tail feather.
Why are they chaining up the bird?
I mean, that's a question for another day, but that's the tail feather, and it's a good 2 inches, if we're, spacing it out, away from, I mean, if it was like a full-size bird, it would say that'd be about 2 inches. In this picture, it's like half an inch. But anyway, there's no way it's coming out of its butt.
Fast forward to us after the episode's done with just like dimly lit room smoking cigarettes, just trying to figure out like the red yarn.
I mean, there's definitely like something we're not seeing that seems to be holding up the chain. Maybe the other wing on the other side.
Which is why it's a fucking awful logo.
It is. Also, the feet are huge.
They get them big old duck feet.
Yeah.
It's not good from like an artistic perspective. I should have reached out to my brother, who is a professional graphic artist and illustrator, and been like, where's the chain going? Yeah. So I don't know if that's a preventative measure from having, lonely Wycomians trying to absolutely, pummel a goose in the dead of winter, or, maybe it's just poorly drawn perspective. Alas, that is my number 2. What's your number 2, Mike?
My number 2 is Hamburg.
That's a good one.
Did you have this one?
No, I have 2 soccer balls in my house with that.
Hamburg SV?
Yeah, Hamburg. Yeah.
Hamburg.
Sabrina's the relatives who came from...
That's Helmut. No, Helmut was here.
He's here. Well, no, he's dead.
Right, but he was here. He wasn't...
Yeah,
just tell Sabrina not to listen to this episode.
She doesn't listen to these episodes.
Okay.
So he was originally from Germany, Poland border. There's a lot of history there that we're just simply not going to cover. But my mother-in-law has family in Hamburg. They came over for my wedding, and then when they came over again, they brought balls from the local soccer club because they were actually doing fairly well. It's a shit logo.
It's so dumb. And let's be honest, they have a knack for taking... Oh, come on. Twice? I mean, actually, 3 times. Did I do one? They have a knack for taking things that are somewhat square-shaped and tilting them.
Oh, yeah.
But...
that was good.
Yeah. It's just...
it wasn't good, but...
No, it was bad.
No, very bad.
But, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, we got it. We're there. Yeah, it's just like, it's 3 colors... And it's just basic shapes. Although the more I'm looking at it, it's kind of like doing like an optical illusion thing where it's starting to move and making me a little... Maybe that's just because I've already gassed like the first glass of wine.
It's the Umbro logo, only inverted.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, yeah, and condensed a little bit because that's...
Well, the Germans and the Italians during WW2 were, both communist regimes.
So yeah. Hamburg SV.
It's a great pick.
Thank you. Bounce back after they think you're disappointed in my first logo. All right, number 3. What the fuck is this?
So this
Engelbert Humperdinck?
Yeah, this is the I don't know. It's the Tout Puissant Mazembe. It is a soccer team from the Democratic of Congo, the Republic Democratic of Congo. Their team name are the Ravens.
Oh, I was wondering where you were going with this. Okay.
Yet their logo, which for all intents and purposes,
I kind of like it,
has an alligator or crocodile. I can't really get a look at the snout, but alas.
If it's brownish color, does that?
No, it's
the
narrowness.
Gotcha.
And then if the teeth project out of the side.
Right.
A crocodilian. With a soccer ball in its mouth. It is just a whole lot of nonsense.
What if its name is Raven?
The alligator?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to get close enough to find that out.
Because I was going to say, I kind of like the logo. There's a lot going on. I like the stars. Is it just the fact that it's a raven, but it's a gator?
It was more of a story.
Oh. Ooh, okay.
Yeah. That was it. Oh. That they're called the Ravens, yet it's like nonsense that they're at their...
That's not a story, that's a statement.
Logo itself is, in fact, a crocodilian.
Did you do any research on why?
Yeah, I forgot. I'm not going to apologize. This might have also been my honorable mention, but I stick by my last pick that I have on here. So,
which is now going to be your honorable
mention.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Okay.
So, Tout Puissant Mazembe.
My third pick was
God, that one's worse.
Yeah, so I picked a different Roma, and so this is where...
Oh, no.
Yeah. Like, this one, I mean, the kids are definitely, like, they're on the tee.
They look like adult astronauts.
And again, it looks like a chupacabra, like, just like a... Yeah.
Like a hairless hyena.
Like, yeah, it is
big old titties.
Big droopy dot, like, whatever titties. I mean, look, and its tail's down. It's not even enjoying it. So, like, these kids are just suckling for... And it looks like they're, like, in a puddle of milk. It's not good. No, like, I wouldn't want to wear this.
No.
Yeah. And then in this instance with the specific lettering is just, I don't know.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Absolute dog shit.
Yeah, or dog
milk.
Or dog tit milk. Yeah. So, good. I'm glad. We'll post these because they are different. But yeah, it is a rough logo.
That's disturbing.
All right.
My honorable mention for worst logo is Leeds United. Almost solely for the fact that I do not like cursive or script writing vertically. It's supposed to connect, so to me, it looks stupid.
It does.
And I think on it might have been one of their newer ones, I can't remember what year this was, it might have been on a diagonal. And I don't know, I hate everything about it. The color scheme, the white, the yellow, the blue, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It is the use of vertical script writing. I am out. I can't believe someone okayed that, especially in a totally different color on the white background. Stupid, tacky, and I hate it.
What's going on with the flowers? They're like swords coming out of it?
I don't know.
I mean, that part's pretty cool. If that was just the logo,
that would be cool.
Yeah, I get on board with that. But yeah, I agree. Like, what's the point of doing cursive or that font if you're not going to connect them?
Yep.
Yeah.
Here you go.
Mine, as a Big Mark tease, is Burnley.
Oh,
and the reason I chose Burnley was because this wasn't even my pick. I had some like other team that was like kind of doing like the shocker with the squirrel on.
I saw
you did see that one?
Yeah.
Okay. And I was like, this one's like just one finger away from being a terrible idea. But then I was like looking when I was going through like who, what players for Burnley. I was looking at the logo and I was like looking at the crest and like the shapes and everything. And to me, it just looks like something someone could do in MS Paint. Like the
it's awful.
Like the squiggly lines,
yeah.
like these look like all they could just be like the B's could be images, like the hands, like all like just Windows stock images you could just pull in.
There's just too much going on. You get the bird at the top, you get bees, you get a hand, you get a. What is that?
Is it like a lion of some kind?
Yeah, but is it one of them flying ones? What's that? A griffin? It would have wings though.
It would have wings. I think
so. It's just like a shitty line.
Yeah, like the bird on top is.
Again, I'm sure there's some symbolism somewhere, but...
And it's on something that looks like, to me, it looks like a giant, like, caterpillar. I don't know. There's just a lot where it just looks like a kid was just, like, having fun, got the Wingdings font, and was just, like, throwing things together and doing squiggly lines in MS Paint, and then someone was just like, hey, I'll take that, and I'll just put Burnley Football Club at the bottom.
Yeah.
And that's what we're going to use. And so that was my honorable mention.
It's a great pick. I forgot about this. It was going to be one of mine, and then I got too far down the rabbit hole. And I just looked it up. Bournemouth is apparently changing their logo from that stupid, like, man/woman heading a ball coming from, like, the bottom corner to the cherries.
Just the cherries?
So it says AFC Bournemouth, the cherries, and 3 cherries, dingle dangle. The middle cherry is a soccer ball. It looks so much better.
That's good for them.
Because the other one I hated with a dying passion.
Yeah, it was close.
And as an elder emo, anything that is like red and black speaks to me, and this thing always gave me like anger deep down in my soul. So, there you go.
All right.
I hope people listen to this and they're like, oh, I also, some listener feedback on this at some point would be great. I would really appreciate that to see what other people think. Both on our decisions and, like, their own opinions as pertains to soccer logos, because there's a lot going on.
All right, so now that we've kind of wrapped up our best and worst logos, I think I was surprised that we had, would we have two?
Yes.
One in the good and one in the bad?
Yep.
Well, great minds do think alike.
I told you.
I was shocked. I think we were going to be so far apart, but yeah. So anyway, now that we kind of wrapped up that portion, it's time to circle back to the silk route, see if it's as silky as it was to start. Ryan, why don't you see if it's changed a little bit, your overall thoughts so far?
Well, it's been a while since I had wine in my glass because I absolutely just torpedoed this thing down because it was as good as I remember, like Silk and Spice 2B. So let me give a little sippy sip. Yep. Stays consistent.
It's as silky smooth as it comes.
That is a quality wine for the price. This, I don't know if this is an all-time high score because I can't remember what I score on any of these except for the real low ones. But I think we're looking.
You don't.
Well, I'm just saying. Gotta keep them locked in.
No, it could go real south.
Taste stays the same. Super smooth. Red fruits, berries up front.
Yeah.
Not getting as much of the chocolate, but the vanilla is starting to come in a little bit more towards the tail end of the.
Yeah, I definitely get the vanilla at the end. Again, it's still, I guess, like it's just smooth. It's silky smooth. There's no bite to it, and it's not overly sweet. It's got a real nice balance. It's just especially for the price, it is a great wine.
Yep.
All right. So once again, no write-ins. People have been lacking, but we'll get them back eventually.
It's the summer months, people are out doing things. They're busy.
I don't knock it. It keeps.
Once the darkness of the winter sets in.
Yeah. Once the depression spike, I just want to hit everything. So it's time for the Backpfeifengesicht. And as we alluded to with the logo, the team this episode is none other than Burnley FC. So, Ryan, do you want me to go, or would you like to go?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I feel very prepared for this episode, so I'm going to go first. This is not going to come as a surprise who I picked, and I also...
Is it a backup goalie?
No, it's not.
You kind of...
that would have been... Yeah, I've been off the goalies for a while.
Yeah, okay.
My pick is none other than 6'6", useless monster, Wout Weghorst.
Oh, I was like, 6'6", you're really stepping outside your comfort zone.
Yeah, the big Dutchman, who for about 3 weeks was the talk of the town for the Premier League because he was just like a giant playing striker. It was like, he's so tall, look at his vertical, like a lot of power there, and then disappeared. And I feel like other than that, like 3 weeks, he really flashed. Like he had a very short-lived, like high-end popularity in the Premier League, where it's like, oh, you got to watch out for him. Big body, the big Dutchman in the middle. He'll cause trouble, especially on set pieces. And it was just like, oh, okay. And now he's just like just a 6'6" monster playing for Burnley. When I pee.
Yeah. No,
that's my pick.
That's a good pick.
Yeah, that freaking big. Like, I don't know. Is he better than me? Think he's better than me? I can't get his weight. I'm sure it's significantly heavier.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And 6'6", he's
That's probably the big, because usually you go with guys that this is the biggest guy you've picked.
No,
by far.
I'm gonna get stomped out by this guy if it came down to it. But you know what? Believe what I believe.
All right.
Could have been more.
Mine
Wout Weghorst
is the man who looks like he has the IQ of an autumn squash. The mayor of Derpsville, Derpistan, Mr. Daroshi.
Oh, Tweedata.
Like, look at this mug.
Now I'm jealous of those teeth.
It's okay, bud. You got a lot of other things going for you.
Thanks, man.
Yes,
man,
he does have good teeth, but there is, like, you want to talk about, like, the dead eyes your dog gives you when it's taking a shit? There's nothing going on in that noodle. Now, granted,
man,
I could probably pummel this dude, and he's not going to change one iota.
Oh no,
he probably wouldn't even register it happened. But you know what?
He's got the Superman jaw, so I bet you like you could just keep keep hitting him, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, no, but like just the absolute, I don't know, just the derpiest face. Like two of these, like I don't know which one is worse.
Oh, Dara.
Yeah. Oh, Dara boy. The pipes are calling. Yeah, so he looks like he just...
Man.
Yeah. He's probably a very intelligent human being.
Maybe.
Maybe. But that's not what we're about.
He could be like sheep smart. He just comes from a long line of shepherds and like he was the one who like got out.
I just like looking at that picture, I just feel like the coach will talk to him and he just says, "Durr." and then they just kind of like, there's like a long awkward pause and then they're just like, all right, moving on. So, Dara O'Shea. That is my
Dara
pick.
O'Shea.
Oh, Dara O'Shea.
He's a bit of a simple boy.
I'm actually just guessing he's Irish. I'm pretty sure he is.
I'm gonna...
Yeah, no, it's a pretty good guess there. But yeah, so... that is my pick for the Backpfeifen Gesicht.
He is Irish.
Yeah, no, I did that. There ain't much more to say than that.
The Republic of Ireland.
I mean, that being said, I got married in Ireland. I think Irish people are some of the nicest people on the face of the earth.
Oh, 100%.
I want to go back. I want to smash as much Guinness as I possibly can. But this dude definitely needs to get one in the kisser.
I don't know. I just looked him up to find his nationality. And there's one picture I'm like, oh, this dude...
oh, he scraps.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm going to get like one good shot in and then get my the bag beaten out of me.
When his face isn't agape, he looks like he could be a boxer of the bare knuckle variety.
Well, he doesn't... I think that's the other thing. He doesn't have a good tooth to gum ratio. Those are some long ass teeth.
Take him in a heartbeat.
I know you would, bud, but I'm just... come on, I'm trying to take this guy down a peg or two. Let's not wallow in your self-pity on the podcast. You can do that privately after we shut it off into your wine glass, okay?
Yeah.
All right. We'll get those veneers. We'll get you fixed up. We'll get you pretty again. Anyway, so that's my pick for the Backpfeifen Gesicht.
It's a good pick.
All right. Well, it was a short turnaround with no picks from other people. So I think nothing more to do than give our final thoughts on the wine and then talk about the topic and wine for next episode. I'll get the wine. You can give your thoughts.
Why are you yelling at me? I'm already down to myself. Beautiful straight set of teeth looking at me on the projector right now.
I'm going to leave them up there.
No.
All right, so now that we've wrapped up the old Backpfeifen Gesicht, let's wrap up our thoughts and score for the Silk Road.
I think it has stayed true the whole time. Like I said before, right off the bat, this is one that you should go out and get. Anytime you're going over someone's house who is a wine drinker, or you're going to a party and just like don't want to show up empty-handed.
Or drinking on a budget.
Yeah, like again, one of the things they mentioned in the review, like this is an everyday, super easy drinking wine. I stand by that. Whoever wrote it, I stand by everything I said about it. Tonight, I'm going, you can't miss on it. Pick it up, try it for yourself, bring it, share it with friends. 9-2.
Wow.
It's versatile.
It is versatile. I think I agree with everything you said. It is super silky, super smooth, nice flavor, great price point. Am I blown away by it, though? No, I think it bats way above its weight.
Okay.
But again, it's still like, so it's a great deal for an 11, 12 wine. I'm going 8-4.
Which is a high score for you.
It is a high score for me. I'm not like, oh my God, like, there's so much going on. It's a great tasting wine. It's an even better price. So I think that's my score. But I'm waiting for something that I'm just like, holy shit.
Okay.
I haven't got there yet.
I mean, I'm thinking from 9.2 to 10. Like I've got a real.
You do have a range, but I didn't.
Gonna be real stringent.
So
right
I would say I can't remember now, but the wine that we tried, the hot ice, that to me has just like a goddamn factor to it. Like I fucking love that wine. Granted, it's probably partially because I made it. And now I can't remember the score I gave. I remember Christina gave it a 9.
Yeah.
I probably lowballed it because I was feeling self-conscious.
Yeah, you're very humble with it.
Yeah. So, yeah. That's my score, and I'm sticking to it.
I think for all the things that both of us mentioned, I think that's why I went so high with it. The fact that it is affordable.
Sure.
Like, you're not going to lose with this.
Yeah. So before we get into the wine, we just want to quickly note the team that we are going to pick for next episode, as we only have 2 teams left from the 20 teams that were in the Premier Leagues when we started this podcast. It is none other than Nottingham Forest is up on the list for the Back Five and Gazette.
Forest.
But now that we got that out of the way, Ryan, why don't you tell the folks the wine we are going to be drinking next week, and I'll tell it how it's going to tie to the episode.
The wine we're going to be drinking next episode is what is Petite Petite. It is a Michael David joint. It is from Lodi, California. It is a 2020 Petite Syrah. And there's a lot going on in this fucking label.
There we go. So basically the label, the images that on a label it's a circus.
Sure is.
Basically.
But isn't life a circus?
Life is a circus.
Life also is a highway.
Life is a highway. Life is a mystery. Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. Are we done? Can I continue?
Yes.
Okay. So, the whole bottle talking about like the image is a circus, and as we are going to be in the month of August, we are getting ready for the start of the Premier League. And with the start of the Premier League also starts fantasy football.
Sure does.
Football, soccer. And anybody who's ever run, I'm saying this from experience, a fantasy league knows it's a fucking circus where you try your best to make the rules, everything clear cut, and everybody is late on payments or, pays you but hasn't had their team in yet, and it's just...
You were a fair and equitable commissioner.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
6 different directions, and it all comes together, but it's a fucking circus. So as we're kind of gearing up towards start of the season, one of the most fun things about fantasy leagues is the naming of your team.
Sure is.
In our fantasy league in particular, it was big, the utilization of soccer puns. Mm-hmm. So I would also give, the best soccer pun that I thought at the end of the season would get their money back. So that's how important it was to me, and I love the use of puns in fantasy soccer team names. So that is what we are going to be discussing for next episode is
Hell yeah.
We're going to bring together, and we're not going to look at the internet. We are going to use our noodles as much as possible to come up with, how many team names did we agree on?
Well, you already have a lengthy list.
I have 50 right now.
Jesus.
We're not, we've talked about this. We were excited about this, so I've been preparing. True. Some of them are trash, but we'll go 20. You think that is it?
20?
20 names. 20 soccer pun names.
I have the 2 that I played under that are fairly good. I'm going to have to really think this one through.
All right, tell you what.
Yes.
We'll do a maximum of 20.
Maximum 20.
Maximum of 20.
Okay.
You do as many as you can.
Thanks.
Okay. Here are the rules.
Okay.
It's a maximum of 25 characters. Space is included in a character. So you have to make sure you're within the limit.
Okay.
Okay. In the use of the pun name, if you use a player, if you use a team,
mm-hmm.
you cannot repeat that player or team for a second pun name.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So yeah.
Good thing I'm going to listen to this episode several times to remind myself what the rules are, because
I'll put it in the post.
Okay.
When I post the bottle of wine for the episode and the team, I'll post the rules. Because the other part of it, I know we haven't had a lot of write-ins for most punchable face, which is fine. As you said, summer months, people got vacation going on, what have you. For this one, if you want to write in for most punchable face, as always, love to have it.
Absolutely.
But also, we'd love to hear your best fantasy football pun names. But yeah. Excited.
Oh, yeah.
As I said,
another creative topic for an episode. Love it.
Yeah, I can fine tune the list. But yeah, let's see. Oh, I didn't want to.
Jesus, his face is.
Yeah, we got him again. Yeah, he's haunting. So now that we've wrapped things up, we would love to keep going. We would love to keep drinking.
Oh yeah.
But
we might.
But after VAR review, we are officially out of wine, and thus must put the final cork in this episode and say listen to us next time on another exciting episode of Vino Volley. So Ryan, as you do,
I do.
Sometimes long-winded, take us to the finish line.
Always remember to sip and soccer responsibly. I bid you a Freddy adieu.